here, just to share some things regarding the spirit realm and dreams that I've been having ever since Scorpio season began, ever since spooky season began. There's a lot of symbolism being shared at this time that the subconscious mind does not know how to differentiate between, does not know what real is regarding the symbolism or the symbology that you guys might be seeing out there or watching. Okay. So I want you guys to be mindful of that because honestly, this is coming from our own seeding when we were kids regarding Halloween and how it's supposed to be. So, and this, I'm sure this started way back in the day because of the whole misconception of surrounding Halloween, surrounding All Hallows Eve, where a lot of people have been disconnected from the spirit world due to fear of the unknown and fear coming from any program that has been implemented to reduce that connection, right? So a need for mediation between you and spirit or the spirit world, a need to control that in you by either government or religion. Okay. So, what I've been seeing in the astral during dream weaving, I've been seeing just this is the subconscious activations or manipulation and manifestations of these things in the spirit realm. With the spirit realm, there's different layers and levels, right? Depending on your consciousness of or awareness of them, but also depending on the subconscious symbolism within you. So we are co-creators of the spirit realm as well. Whatever we believe in um, manifests there. Okay, especially like I said, the subconscious is programmed to do this. The more that you're consciously watching something, the more that you're consciously actively being told something, the more that you're consciously and actively listening to something, that is then manifested or created as a implant or a seeding in the subconscious mind, subconscious realm being the spirit realm. And then you travel there in dream time to see these things manifest there, right? Um, and it's not just us, it is the collective consciousness manifestations of belief systems, of believing in certain things as well that manifest there. So it's not just honestly any lower vibrational stuff is coming from us. It's coming from our own cultural beliefs, it's coming from our own lineage and believe in these things. But also it's coming from a combination of understanding what our authority is as a co-creator. So anything there resides there due to our actual putting energy into it and belief into it. Okay. So that being said, Halloween is a time where we believe in the scary side of the spirit world, right? Where we believe in demons and entities and negative stuff having the ability to come into this world and scare us and torment us in whatever shape and form that might take, right? And that's because of our own programming as children when we were watching these scary movies and we thought that was normal, right? Normal around this season to see all this scary stuff, right? And to, oh my God, I was watching a scary movie. Now I think there's something in my house. That was seen as normal, right? So again, this happened when all of these things started to be restricted, like our connection to the spirit and really knowing how that is, right? And then from there, the manifestation of these fears in the spirit realms, in the lower dimensions. That is the consciousness of humanity as a whole. Okay. And so, that being said, you'll start to tap into the collective consciousness, especially with Scorpio season, and you'll start to see these things again manifest themselves, maybe in your dreams, possibly because of the scary movies that you're watching, even more because of the way that you correlate Halloween with the spooky, with the murderers such as Jason, Freddy Krueger, and things like that, as well as with sacrifice and bloodshed and all these crazy things, right? When in reality is supposed to be a time of reconciliation with the self, with the spirit, with the deeper connection to the other realm through that connection of the ancestors and those who have passed, as well as those spirit guides that we have who are here to help us on our path. As the veil is thinner, we are able to really see them and feel them around us. And again, if you still have that fear of connection to that side of things, you will feel that fear when a being comes to you, like an ancestor. You might be like, oh my God, that's a ghost, and then you might think, oh my God, that's a ghost. And that connection will be lost temporarily until you figure it out, how to get rid of that fear within you so that you can allow your ancestors to talk to you, right? So that's what it is. And that's what I've been seeing as of late, is the seeding of this collectively through what we're watching. And we're not, it's not, some of us, we just don't do it intentionally. It's not an intention for us to be afraid. It's more of like, oh, this is spooky season. That's why we have to watch scary movies. That's a tradition, right? or this is just how it is for our family, where we feel like this is a perfect time for us to be afraid, right? And so that's like, to us, that's a regular Halloween, right? That is just how it is, right? And it's not intentional, but the subconscious, like I stated before, doesn't know the difference between intent and like reality and falsehood, right? So that is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And then, of course, being mindful of what we watch, being mindful of who we follow, being mindful of what we share as well is important. I've been seeing a lot of people sharing celebrities doing ritual sacrifices, or kind of like pretending, right, to be murderers, pretending to be vampires, with blood, all this, and or being soaked in blood themselves. And I'm just like, well, that is a type of seeding from on their part, especially if you do believe that they have the ability to really siphon energy from the collective consciousness, right? For whatever reasons, that's why they're successful. So this is kind of like, it's coming to that, where what are we paying attention to here? Are we giving away our power to them? Are we giving away a power to a manifestation of something dark? Is that where the fear comes from, right? So that's something that I wanted to address, because as being a mom, and I know this is going to be different for everyone, but as a mom, I wanted to have my daughter enjoy Halloween, but I don't want her to be programmed into fearing it, right? Being programmed into fearing that connection to the spirit world, being programmed into fearing the connection to the ancestors, to her spirit guides, things like that, through the manipulation of Hollywood, through the manipulation of these crazy, gory looking pictures, right? I wanted her to know that, hey, there's no fear when it comes to the connection to this side of things. It's just, again, of human programming that has been seeded into us for a long, long time. Okay. And so that's what I told my daughter. I was just like, don't let that stop you from connecting. Don't let that manipulate you into fearing that connection. So another thing is to bringing back Halloween to what it originally was, a celebration of our connection to the spirit realm, a celebration of our ancestors, a celebration of our spirit guides, a celebration of the mother herself, right? Of the animal guides, of the earth beings, of the nature spirits, and a celebration of the moon, of course, and how everything is one with one another, and how we rely on these things for survival, how we rely on them for connection as well, right? If we are not connected, we are not thriving in some aspects of our lives. And so that's what I want her to know. Halloween is about this, is about the connection, as the veil has been thinner lately because of Scorpio season. It's about connecting, it's about understanding, it's about listening to guidance from the other side. Okay. So let me just read some comments. Colby's let's connect to these demons. Oh my god. I've been watching Marianne on Netflix. Shit is scary as fuck. All right. Paula says, hello, beautiful. This message is so important right now. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So Colby, shout out to Alec Baldwin. Oh my god. I heard about that. Jeez. All right. Paula says, my Halloween costumes are all women I admire. I didn't even notice me walk away from the more gory stuff I've dabbled into. Yeah, exactly. And that's because, again, we were raised in so many ways in that manner, right? Because of, oh, this Halloween, this scary movie is coming out with this mass murderer, right? This freaking crazy person, this possession, and all that stuff. So all the things that are out of our control, which brings into like, that's what fear is all about, being out of control, and being harmed, of course. And so that's was our programming since the 80s. If you're an 80s baby, that's like a regular thing for you, and 90s babies too. Until recent years, it hasn't been that popular, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, there's scary movies here and there, but not as bad as the ones from like the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, right? Those were really dark years. Really fucked up years, right? But now, like, the 2000s is like the scary movies are not as bad as those, right? But anyway, it was more gore, I think. It's more like guts and blood and gore back then, and now it's more psychological. But anyway, that's exactly what I've been seeing in the spirit realm. When I go there, it's like, who is doing what? How is this being implemented, and how is it being programmed into the collective? Things like that. Yeah, exactly. What the media creates is real trauma. Yeah, exactly. So it is psychological now. It is definitely being seeded in a psychological way, through words, okay? Through words, through language, through vibration, right? Because a voice has and carries a vibration, as well as through symbolism, as well as through music. And that's how they're getting us now, right? Like, whatever we listen to, if it's repeated, then again, like I said, the subconscious doesn't know the difference, right? It doesn't know the difference between real and not real, okay? And that's why consciously we need to choose better for ourselves, okay? Yes, exactly. Yep, Colby, you're absolutely correct. They feed us that, and the collective unconscious manifests it. Big ooh. Yeah, so that is exactly what's happening. So anything that you are sharing, anything that you are reading, anything that you are talking about, it's a program. It's especially if you're reiterating what you are being told, right? And so I think the best thing for everyone to do is to just reiterate what their soul is telling them more than anything. And of course, spiritually speaking, what connections you have, what your spirit guides are telling you, what creators is telling you. I think that's much more important. Those messages are much more important now than ever before. So Now I'm going to do your reading for hump day. Let's see. Hump day. Let's see what we get. Yes, exactly, Colby. Yep, exactly. If you don't give into it or give it energy, then it does not materialize itself into this reality. And that is absolutely correct. That's actually one of the laws of cause and effect, right? The universal law of cause and effect. And what we highlight is then manifested, right? In this world and in the next. So that's why I want to tell people, it's like, you, whatever you believe in, and if it's a belief system that has been implemented for thousands of years or hundreds of years, or through your lineage or your cultural beliefs, then it's manifested. And that's how spirit sees it. You manifest in the spirit world, and from there it's manifested into the material through whatever situations, interactions, um, things like that. And so what we highlight, we manifest. So if you don't want the negativity to be highlighted or manifested, then let's not do that, right? We can talk about this, like, and just say, okay, we are disconnecting from that belief system. We no longer believe in it, and we are manifesting, the reality of love, light, awareness, and also knowledge and wisdom and connection to source. So that's what I usually do when I have these weird dreams like that. I'm just like, okay, all right, I acknowledge this. I am aware of it. And because it's been happening since the beginning of Scorpio season for me, like these weird dreams, I was like, okay, I guess I have to give this a message to the collective and see what's going on there, right? And then from here on out, that's what I'm doing. It's like, okay, I'm done. This message is over, And so I am disconnecting from this reality and releasing it to be transmuted, and no longer highlighting it and no longer manifesting it. So that's what I'm doing. So, all right, what we got for today? We got healing. So this is kind of like the perfect time for healing our limiting beliefs, healing our fear surrounding Halloween, healing anything that has made us believe that fear is necessary in life, made us believe that we should rely on others, who we think are our leaders and things like that, fearing of being the leader ourselves, right? Like thinking we have to follow these guys in order for our society to thrive, in order for like anarchy to not reign, right? And fearing, how things are going to turn out if we don't follow, if we just follow our own guidance and our own ability to lead ourselves, right? So that's what we're healing, and we're also healing the fear of surrounding this season. Okay. Next one is ask for help or ask for assistance. And you could ask us for assistance for this too. Or even help with how to reprogram yourself, right? And the assistance comes from your connection to the spirit world, to your own knowing, to your own guidance, to your ancestors guidance, as well as the spirit guidance, and also understanding that you're always protected. There's no fear unless you really believe in whatever it is that you are fearful of. Okay. So the next one is abundance. As soon as we do this, as soon as we recover our true strength and power, as soon as we recover these soul shards, or these separations, and these things that we have created due to our belief in them, when we transmute this, when we alchemize this energy and purify it once more, we're able to integrate it and use it for something better, such as abundance and manifestation of the reality that you really want to highlight and be in. So that's exactly what we are supposed to use this time of the year for: a letting go of the old and bringing in the new. Because Scorpio is all about going into those places for that purpose, for transmutation, for alchemization, for transfiguration, whatever you want to call it. That is what it's leading us to release this and to bring about the changes that we truly desire through our own self-empowerment. Okay, so that's what I have for hump day messages. All right. Skywalk says, yep, any trauma is good trauma for the media. And that's true. They want to keep us. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's all I have for today, you guys. Keep doing creators work, keep that work going with you. It starts with us, right? It always starts with us. The way that we perceive things, the way that we interact with other people, it does have a ripple effect. We are that powerful. We are co-creating this world together. We are co-creating the reality in the spirit realm as well. And so whatever we do now has a ripple effect through every time, space, and dimension, and also creates a deeper understanding of the self, of the true power that we have regards to this, and our ability to connect to creator and creator's will, which is our own divine will, be done here, right? So as above, so below, things like that. Okay, so that's all I have. Thank you guys for being super supportive. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.